Moments ago, Tracy and Trinity in the DOA's office. What's going on out there? Here's Abyss.
And now, from stage 21 at Universal Studios at Universal Orlando Resort, it's total non-stop action wrestling Impact.
In the 6 sides of steel, this week Dusty Rhodes makes the announcement. Who's inside the cage? It's next on Impact. From stage 21 at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, welcome everyone to Impact and welcome to the Impact Zone. And as usual, from ringside, it's Mike Tenay, joined by my broadcast partner, Don West. Don, we just saw that video footage at the top of the broadcast. It was just moments ago at the Director of Authority's office involving Tracy, Trinity, and the Monster Abyss.
Well, it's obvious that the Monster Abyss wants that shot at the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He earned it in that match with Jeff Hardy. He pulled the contract down. He's focused on that. It's obvious that's what he was looking for.
Well, apparently you know more than I do. You're in the mind of the Monster Abyss. I tell you what, we just saw part 1. If you can hear me out in the truck, let's roll that video footage. Let's check out part 2 of what went down just moments ago with AJ Styles and Abyss.
I'm gonna overlook the fact that you don't have an appointment. And she's gonna deal with this. Deal with this. Get him what he wants.
I know what you want, Abyss.
Kidding. You got it?
This isn't an Abyss, but I really know what you want. Please just let me find it. Please, okay, I will find it for you. I know what you want. Please, Abyss, please
You'll
don't.
get it.
Please, I'll get it.
You ain't scared of those girls. You ain't scaring me like that. What? Just not scared of you.
Hey guys, come on, break it.
You don't scare me, Paul! Come on! You wanna do this? Come on!
Earlier today, from the office of the Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, we now know who's going to be involved in that other 6 sides of steel cage match on the 24th of April.
Are you ready for this, folks? AJ Styles and the Monster Abyss inside a steel cage. April 24th at Lockdown. The phenomenal AJ Styles and the mammoth, the Monster Abyss. You don't want to miss it.
Oh, you do not? And how's your timing here? Because almost as if on cue. Did somebody tell you he was coming out?
Well, we got to talk to him to find out about what he's going to, or how he's going to handle the Monster Abyss. We saw them, you starting it. You know what? That's what I love about the Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes. He saw that heat, that friction between those two. He knew their past history, the heat and the friction that they've had, and he thought, what would America love better than to put the phenomenal one and the Monster Abyss inside the steel cage?
You know what Dusty mentioned to me? He said that the email that he's received from wrestling fans from all over the world, that was the final determination. That was the final reason. Put that headset on, AJ, that Dusty made the match. It's going to be one of those 2 great 6 sides of steel cage matches at Lockdown. And wow, do we want to get your comments about the bout with Abyss?
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm not excited about wrestling the Abyss, but I am anxious to be the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title. Believe that.
You know, there's the key. We didn't have time to mention that in the open, but how's that for a hook? The winner of the phenomenal AJ Styles and Abyss at Lockdown will receive an NWA World's Heavyweight title shot. It just doesn't get bigger or better than that.
I mean, when you look at AJ Styles' resume, we're talking 2-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, 4-time X Division Champion, 2-time Tag Team Champion. All you can do is just keep adding to that, but you've got to go through somebody that you had a history with, and that is that big monster. And yes, you've been able to go toe-to-toe for him, but AJ, it won't be easy.
It's exactly what you just said. A boxer. This is the guy that most people see in their nightmares. And now I have to wrestle him. But it's for a good cause. It's for the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title.
And Don, we also know that Abyss desperately wants to be in that position, in that role as well. We saw that showdown out of the DOA's office last week where he was trying to get the contracts. Abyss wants to be desperately involved in a title match against Jeff Jarrett. You're both fighting for a very similar cause, AJ, and it's going to be inside 6 sides of steel. What a lockdown pay-per-view it's going to be, April 24th.
Not that I was going to run, but there's no way I would have the opportunity. Not in 6 sides of steel, which I've never done in this particular ring before.
I want to ask you, what is going to be your strategy going in? I know that you rely a lot on your speed, on your agility, on your ability to avoid the grasp of somebody that size, maybe get outside the ring and come back in when you're ready. You've got nowhere to go. You're stuck in your lockdown, April 24th.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of my offense comes from the ropes, and I'm not going to get to use it the way I'd like to. So it's going to be difficult, but I'll think of something, I guarantee you.
Clothesline there by Cassidy Riley, goes airborne to try and take this big man down.
Oh,
that's one of the moves that you're going to have to try and avoid, AJ. That big, powerful clothesline.
And it will knock your head off. There's no doubt about it.
And people need to know how important it is sometimes, and you've been in some of these matches, just to get out of the ring for a few seconds, catch your breath, and come back in. And again, you're stuck, and if he gets a hold of you, AJ, just like this, and doesn't let up.
Oh, that's usually step one. He calls that the shock treatment.
Oh, that's
what a
brutal.
vicious backbreaker. But we also know about the black hole slam. You've got to avoid that.
You got to avoid every offensive move from Abyss. It's not just the black hole slam. I mean, this guy, he just clotheslined this fella here and about knocked his head off. That's what you got to avoid, everything from Abyss.
Look at that.
Speaking of the black hole slam, right?
You felt it before. You felt it through a table. Oh, that's wicked, and that's 1, 2, 3, and academic.
You don't get up from that.
Set him up with the shock treatment. Finish him off with the black hole slam. That's the strategy. That's the game plan for the Monster Abyss. And yes, it equals victory. There's the Monster, 6 feet 8, 350 pounds. And he will face you, AJ. And to the stare down right now as Abyss was starting to make his way up the ramp. Look out.
Well, I guess that stare wasn't me. I don't
Who was it at?
Where's he going right now? What's he doing?
He's looking for something.
We told you, the guy's got tunnel vision. He doesn't let up for a minute. And wait a minute, he's found something.
No.
Holy cow.
I think we know what that
We
is.
saw what happened to Jeff Hardy when he threw those on the floor.
I don't know why this has to happen. Why does he have to do this?
Why does it have to happen? He's sending you a message, AJ.
Jeff Hardy. It's Jeff.
Well, you know, Jeff.
There you go, Jeff. Get on him. Get on him, Jeff.
How about a little
There you go.
revenge? Yeah! Twist of fate from the charismatic Enigma.
Hey, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Hardy, the one
Here comes Raven.
Oh, come
What in the
on.
world's going on?
Well, Raven made that proposal to be Hardy's tag team partner last week, and Hardy turned him down.
AJ, stay away from there right now. Don't go.
I can't let this happen.
No. You can't, AJ.
AJ's headed to the ring.
Oh, man, that's the kind of person AJ is. Look at this. There he goes. And AJ's down. Levels of miss, and then you see Hardy get the old jawbreaker to Raven.
That's the way you clean house. The phenomenal one and the charismatic Enigma just clear the ring of Raven and the Monster Abyss. It's Lockdown. It's set for Sunday, April the 24th on pay-per-view. Inside the 6 sides of steel, AJ Styles against the Monster Abyss.
It is daunting, merciless, unforgiving. It is 6 sides of steel, and it can make careers or silence them.
Words cannot describe it.
On April 24th, history will be made.
Oh, my gosh.
6 sides of steel, one epic night.
You've got to be kidding me.
TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live April 24th on pay-per-view.
You heard warn him, it's not for the faint of heart. Women and children, you better hide. They're gonna lock down the building, and they're gonna lock down every match. It doesn't matter which one. That means, think about it, Hardy and Raven, tables match, inside the cage. America's Most Wanted, Team Canada, inside the cage.
Christopher Daniels against Elix Skipper for the X Division title inside the 6 sides of steel.
Oh man, think about Escape when you've got Shocker, Michael Shane, Chris Sabin, all in the steel cage.
3 words.
Kid Cash in that also.
3 words, Don. Parental discretion advised.
You better believe it, folks. Unbelievable. The most brutal matches in history are all in a steel cage. And for the people that make it here, for the people that buy that pay-per-view, you're seeing history in the making like never before on any pay-per-view.
And the question that we will answer at Lockdown is, will AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, go on to receive the matchup that so many people, Don, feel that he deserves, and that's a title shot against the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. You heard the announcement from Dusty, because the winner of Styles and the Monster Abyss gets that title shot at our May pay-per-view event, Hard Justice.
If AJ Styles can somehow find a way to escape and win against the Monster Abyss, he'd be going for his 3rd NWA World Heavyweight title. Think about that. I mean, this guy's held more titles in this business than anybody.
Styles working on the arm of Chase Stevens. Nice quick fireman's carry takeover by one half of the Naturals tag team. We see Stevens accompanied to the ring by his regular tag partner, Andy Douglas, as well as his associate, Chris Candido.
You can see right there, they're locking up, and AJ Styles, though, is going to feel a little outnumbered with Candido and Andy Douglas all at ringside, but it's nothing that he hasn't seen before.
Certainly strength in numbers for Stevens, Douglas, and their mentor, Mr. Candido.
I'll tell you what, though, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas have been so much different since Chris Candido has joined them. He's given them direction. What a nice kick right there by AJ Styles.
And I think some added confidence as well, Don.
Absolutely, but you know what? All the confidence in the world's not going to help you when the 2 feet of AJ Styles connect like that.
And he did connect. Oh, look at that move.
Well, he taught him a few shortcuts, it looks like, too.
Poked him right in the eyes. Speaking of shortcuts, look at how quickly Styles drops out. Wait a minute, we need to take a quick commercial break. When we return, more of Styles and Stevens on Impact. Welcome back, everyone, to Impact and Don. Check this out. During the commercial break, what a sensational flip dive by the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Just evening the odds a little bit right there as he decided to send Andy Douglas and Chris Candido a message. If you're going to be around the ring, you got to face the consequences. But right now, and I mean it was all AJ Styles during the break, Chase Stevens has somehow found a way to get this grip around the neck of AJ Styles and trying to turn the momentum in his favor.
Yeah, well, it was right before we came back from commercial when some outside interference by Douglas and Candido has allowed Stevens to take control of this match.
Oh!
You talk about being in the driver's seat. Here's the pin attempt. Stevens cover, and no, just a 2 count.
I'll tell you what, though, that was wicked how Chase Stevens was able to get that torque right there and just plant AJ Styles' face right into that mat. You can just see the impact. And I don't care who you are, that'll take, you're seeing stars at this point.
Fox at the top of your screen indicating the time remaining in this 10-minute time limit match. As you see, we go under 5 minutes in this bout. No draws here on Impact. Should we go with the time limit, we have our judge in attendance, championship committee member, living legend Larry Zbyszko. He would render a decision in the event that this match goes through the full 10 minutes. And Don, I'm still reeling from an announcement by Dusty Rhodes, the DOA, history-making April 24 at Lockdown. The entire card to be contested in the 6 sides of steel cage.
I'm just trying to get a grip on that whole concept. I mean, just think about getting your money's worth. Think about that. Every single match has the brutality. Every single match has the uncertainty. Every single match inside the steel cage.
And the control exhibited by Dusty Rhodes. We're going to lock down the impact zone. We're going to lock everybody inside that 6 sides of steel and turn them loose. Let's go Styles. Great move. Flipping over.
Oh, nice spin kick right
What
there.
a leg lariat spin kick that was.
Oh, you can see Chase Stevens, that caught him totally by surprise. It's all AJ right now. Oh, wait a minute, Chase. Oh, that's what AJ does. He sets you up right there.
Dropped him
He's
down.
got him. Oh, the referee's just grabbed.
Notice Andy Douglas on the left-hand side of your screen.
You can see AJ's not surprised. Look at this. Slides underneath the referee's leg. That's how you take care of that.
Exactly the way you take care of business, but he doesn't see Candido. We did see him.
Oh, man, right into the rail.
Of course, Candido and the Naturals taking out Kevin Nash of all things, Don, recently on Impact here. You know, they're Jeff Jarrett's corner.
Well, you know, Jeff Jarrett said the best defense is a good offense, and he took the fight to Nash to try to injure him to keep him from lockdown.
Back elbow to the side of the face, actually caught him right in the mouth. AJ charges it, Steve.
Oh, my gosh, he just slammed him.
Double leg bomb.
No, he fought out of it.
Still life left in the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I'll tell you what, AJ showing some resiliency right there. I mean, that was just slammed hard, but you know what? It's instinct with this guy. But Chase Stevens, though, showing why he's a former tag team champion.
And you notice, Don, as we approach the 2.5-minute mark, how Stevens is in control.
Oh, he's got to roll up. Oh, wait a minute, he's going to put him right in the clash.
Could he hit him with the Styles
clash? He nails it.
He sure did. Styles clash.
1, 2, academic.
They are going to be locked in the cage, just like everybody involved in Lockdown. The phenomenal AJ Styles and the Monster Abyss.
Speaking of which,
what?
Mike, he just walked by us.
Abyss heading range, just out of camera range. AJ has no idea.
AJ's walking up the ramp, and probably a good thing he gets out of here.
The Monster Abyss.
He's slamming it, trying to get his attention.
Oh, he got his attention.
He looked up on the big screen and saw him right there, and they're going to be in the cage and locked down.
And here comes AJ to the ring, but look at this. Security is there to cut him off. It is AJ Styles and the Monster Abyss inside the cage, April 24th at Lockdown.
Mark April 24th on your calendars, because on that day, TNA presents its biggest pay-per-view to date. It's called Lockdown. Why? Not 1, not 2, but count them, 8 steel cage matches, never done in wrestling before. And none of those matches more important than the 2 these gentlemen will be involved in. AJ Styles, you enter 6 sides of steel against a 350-plus pound monster, Abyss, with the winner facing the world's heavyweight champion at next month's Hard Justice pay-per-view.
I guess the key word is monster when you talk about Abyss. Now, am I afraid of Abyss? No. Am I afraid of what Abyss can do? Yes. But fear is a poison that I digest well. I'm not going to miss my opportunity to be the world heavyweight champion.
You know, Jeff Hardy, the experts are all saying that this one is tailor-made for you. Tables, 6 sides of steel, and Raven.
It is tailor-made for me. At Destination X, the old Jeff Hardy was reborn. And come Lockdown, not only are we going to lock something down, but I'm going to take Raven out.
Oh, you know, we received word earlier today that at next week's Impact, that one of the biggest main events that we've ever had at Impact will take place as you 2 gentlemen face off against Abyss and Raven.
You know it. Gives us the opportunity to get our licks in before the pay-per-view. Am I right, Jeff?
Right on. Sounds good.
You know, right here next week, we're going to have the main event of these 2. Oh!
Sounds good to me, too. Jeff.
This is it. Main event time on Impact. Very special tag team matchup involving 2 teams, Don, who will be squaring off Sunday at Lockdown in 2 separate singles one-on-one matchups inside the 6 sides of steel.
And you know, it's like I mentioned earlier, as we see the Monster Abyss coming through the tunnel. And you think about this, Raven and the Monster Abyss, it just has that right feel to it. Not necessarily a good feel, but a right feel, as these 2 almost go hand in hand in my mind.
One of the questions that we will answer this Sunday is who will be next in line for a shot at the NWA World's Heavyweight titles? Will it be the Monster Abyss, or will it be the phenomenal AJ Styles? Also, get set for a one-on-one matchup involving this man, the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy, when he squares off against Raven. But Don, it's not just a cage match. It's a tables match inside the cage.
Now think about that kind of a strategy. I mean, you're already locked in. You throw the tables inside the steel cage, and it makes it even harder to maneuver. I mean, it's going to take all the ingenuity of Jeff Hardy, I think, to be able to match Raven, because Raven is so diabolical. I think it goes right to his favor.
And if you think about it, Raven initially contacted Jeff Hardy. I don't know if he wanted to propose to be a tag team partner to work together with him, and Jeff Hardy just plain out told him, I just want to do it on my own, and that's what set off Raven.
Oh, well, you know what? I think Raven was trying to maybe go Jeff Hardy into something. It's hard for me to believe that Raven, is the loner that he is, would want a tag team with somebody as charismatic as Jeff Hardy. I think it all worked out the way Raven wanted. He got his match with Jeff Hardy, and then to make it even better, he got it in the cage.
Who knows what goes on in the sick and demented mind of Raven? But there you take a look at one phenomenal athlete. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles, and he's just one victory away, Don, from gaining a shot at the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett. But that victory has to be against the Monster Abyss this
Well,
Sunday.
think about this, Mike. If there's anything that would put AJ Styles at a disadvantage against somebody like the Monster Abyss, is being enclosed, and that's what's going to happen. Normally, he's got the whole ring. He can use his agility, his quickness, his speed. But the Monster Abyss is going to have him cornered, and if he traps him, there's nowhere for AJ to get away. There's no way for him to regroup. I don't like this matchup for AJ Styles.
In other words, you're saying that you feel that it will restrict the high-risk offensive style of AJ as the Monster Abyss connects with the big boot to take out Hardy.
Well, we know how AJ is. There's no match he's afraid of. And like he said earlier, fear is just something that he thrives on. He uses it to make himself better. But let's face it, Mike, inside the cage, where's he going to go? And if the Monster Abyss gets a hold of him, AJ Styles could be in trouble. Oh, right there,
Styles go airborne and drop the knee on Abyss. You notice that this matchup, as a result of a ruling by the Director of Authority, Dusty Rhodes, has a special 30-minute time limit on PC Styles. How about that?
Well, he's not afraid of anybody. That's just obvious. And one thing about AJ Styles is he frustrates the Monster Abyss. You can tell it. Abyss just can't figure it out. He can't figure out how he can't just get a hold of him and end it.
I mean, that was a clothesline by Styles that took a 350-pounder down to the floor.
Look
now, turns his attention to Raven.
I'll tell you what. Oh, nice kick right there on Raven. It's been a while. Oh, look at that spinning back kick right there by AJ Styles. I love it.
Follow-up move, overhand right, and then a forearm shot, and then another that rocks Raven. Sets him up in the corner. Another one of those vicious forearms.
Well, I think AJ's trying to prove to the world here that he can stand up there and go toe-to-toe with anybody. That's why he's a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Even though he might not have the size that a Raven or a Jeff Jarrett or an Abyss or some of these other guys that are in that weight class. But, I mean, it doesn't bother AJ Styles.
Also, remember to join us 30 minutes prior to the pay-per-view. That's 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific for our very special free preview show. The warm-up event, it's on your pay-per-view preview channel. Oh, AJ perfectly placed slingshot into the leg.
I'll tell you,
with that leg drop.
AJ Styles is focused right now. It's unbelievable. Oh, you saw right there, the Monster Abyss just wouldn't allow AJ to get the height off of the top rope to put it into Raven, and that's just what I'm talking about. Whoa, man, right over the steel steps.
Styles' attempt to go springboard was derailed. It was put off by the Monster Abyss, and now the complexion of this matchup, Don, has turned a full 180 in the favor of Raven and Abyss.
Now think about that happening inside the six sides of steel as you see Raven going for the pin, but no, AJ fights out of it. I mean, it just restricts any way of getting away and catching your breath.
Don, when it comes to this Sunday's Lockdown pay-per-view, 3 words of warning. Parental discretion advised.
Absolutely, and man, this is what's scary. This guy's got so much power. This could be his chance to get that title shot that he's wanted. And he knows all he's got to do is beat that man in the ring, and that's the and Raven, think about that matchup. Two of the greats of this business. And they're going to be bringing the tables in. I mean, this Sunday Lockdown, holy cow, 8 steel cage matches.
Tag is in. Fresh man, legal man now is Raven, and an opportunity for Raven to maybe exact a little revenge on the receiving end of a beating from Styles earlier, but now Raven's going to get some payback.
Oh, he is, and he's known.
Clothesline, follow cover, leg hook.
Here he goes.
Just a 2 count.
Raven's got the momentum right now. He knows that Abyss gave him the angle that he needed, and now this is his chance. Wait a minute, quick roll-up. Does he get it? Oh, almost stole one right there,
Sure
Mike.
did. Inside cradle into the small package. Not able to put away Raven, and comes right back. Answers with the clothesline and then tags in Abyss. How about the communication here between Raven and Abyss?
Well, like I said, that's why they go so good together. Who but Raven, the diabolical mind of Raven, to be able to somehow get through that skull of Abyss and guide him?
For all the late-breaking news about Lockdown, check our website, TNAWrestling.com, as we see AJ, boy, on the receiving end of a beating here. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, exciting tag team main event action on Impact. We're back on Impact. Main event tag team matchup. Raven and Abyss, they've maintained their control over AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy all through the commercial break on.
Jeff Hardy not able to get in this match. He's got to spell AJ.
That's been the key.
Look at this. Oh my
man.
gosh. This guy's just too strong.
He must have had him 8 feet up in the air. I mean, he's 6'8", and he tossed him way overhead, and then Styles crashed and burned on the canvas.
He would have been able to almost look over the top of the steel cage. Think about it, 8 steel cage matches this Sunday. Contact your local pay-per-view provider and make sure you are somewhere, because it is wrestling history being made. You don't want to miss it, and you definitely don't want to have to find out that you missed one of the greatest pay-per-views in the history of the world.
You mentioned earlier AJ's inability to tag in the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy has allowed this match to go really in the favor of Raven and Abyss.
Oh, yes.
I would say the better part of the last, what would you say, 5-6 minutes maybe. And
I'm going to tell you something right now. If you see the table in Raven's hand, which think about it, it's also going to be inside the steel cage when he takes on Jeff Hardy. Look at this. He's got a table set up. He wants Abyss to throw it in. This Sunday, 8 steel cage matches. Lockdown. Oh, my God.
AJ, precarious position here. The Monster Abyss has
I don't know that AJ will even make it this Sunday, Mike.
Wait a minute. He's got to fight this off, though.
Oh, look
He's got to fight this off.
Oh, he is. Oh, he does it right away. Nice kick to the head. That's how you break down the Giants.
Guts and determination. The courage of the phenomenal AJ.
Oh, wait a minute. Jeff Hardy.
He's out. Remember, Raven knocked him down to the
man,
floor.
He wasn't there. And AJ Styles is just brought back into the slaughter. Hardy's coming back
slowly
up.
making his way back up the apron first, and now he's extending his hand in.
And here he comes.
Hot tag to Hardy.
And think about it. These two are going to be inside the cage with the table.
Here are the two as Abyss goes down.
Jawbreaker right there.
Takes down Raven. You're right. It's Hardy and Raven.
And the teamwork. Oh, look at the strength of this roster. AJ won't be able to do that inside the cage.
He wrapped him, though, back first across that steel ring post as we see Hardy. Repeated shots, right hand after right hand to Raven. Oh!
Perfect move there by Hardy as he just set it up, and he takes Abyss outside of the ring.
Raven, was caught by that runaway freight train. Abyss doubled him over. Could be the twist.
It is.
Twist of fate.
Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, the Monster Abyss in there to cut it off.
And make the save for his tag team partner, Raven. Hardy fights back.
Think about the great matches that those two have had in pay-per-views. Unbelievable. And this time, we've got 8 steel cage matches. Oh, black hole slam.
Wind him up. Power him down, AJ.
Oh, he breaks it up.
Oh, he barely made the save. You see referee Thomas putting 2 fingers into the air. AJ caught him just at the right split second to break it up.
You know, we talk about the great leaping ability that AJ has, and we see him go over the ropes. But think about this, Mike. AJ Styles will be able to climb up to the top of the steel cage.
He may not be restricted by the 6 sides of steel. You're right. We've seen such incredible things, but now check this out.
If anybody can be innovative in a steel cage, it'll be AJ Styles. It'll be Jeff Hardy.
Steel
it'll be
chain,
it'll be Raven.
Down.
Oh, man, but he took the blow.
He took the bullet for his tag partner.
That's the kind of guy he is.
AJ pushed Hardy out of the way as Abyss was charging with that steel chain wrapped around his hand, and now Raven effect DDT.
Oh, this just became, they're disqualifying the match, but you don't even think that Raven and Abyss care. They just want to inflict some damage. Think about it also, Nash and DDP, Sean Waltman are going to be together as they take on Jeff Jarrett, the Outlaw, and the Alpha Male Monty Brown in Lethal Lockdown.
Yeah, but check
all
this
of
out.
that.
Abyss and Raven, they're not done yet with the beatdown.
Somebody stop this. This match is over.
It's been thrown out. Referee Thomas has called it a double disqualification, I believe, a no contest.
Oh, God! With the chain! Come on!
That's way over the line! That's uncalled for!
Oh, and then Raven just throws him right into the table! That's what you can see in Lockdown! But that table is going to be inside the steel cage!
No! He's got the chain!
Oh, come on!
Around the throat! Wrapped around the neck of AJ!
This is just brutal!
The monster Abyss looking to take AJ Styles out before their one-on-one showdown this Sunday at Lockdown.
Raven, oh, he just pulled him right into the chair. Oh my gosh, how is AJ Styles going to be able to recover in time for this Sunday's match at Lockdown? How is Jeff Hardy going to be able to recover in time to take on Raven inside the steel cage at Lockdown? All this Sunday.
Think of the damage, think of the punishment that Raven and Abyss have inflicted on Styles and Hardy here. He had the chain wrapped around his neck. He pulled him with all of his strength, 6'8", 350 pounds, and he went directly head first on into the steel chair. That after the previous beatdowns, and then Hardy driven through the table at the same time.
Well, obviously that's what Raven's all about, and he got the message somehow to the Monster Abyss. It's not about winning this match. This is a small battle. You gotta win the war. And that war is Lockdown, April 24th. And that's this Sunday, and that's why they're trying to inflict all the damage on AJ and Jeff Hardy that they can, because they know that those guys gotta be at 100% if they stand a chance at beating them.
Paramedics, agents as well from the back to try and help AJ onto the gurney, trying to put him on the stretcher and put the neck brace in place.
Oh, look at this. The Monster Abyss wants a piece of him.
Trying to fight through security. Come on already. Haven't you delivered enough pain and punishment?
Oh, no. He's grabbing him again. But look at AJ. He's fighting.
Go. Lockdown. We'll see you Sunday in Lockdown.